Hello and welcome to Bible Study with Alice, and today we are on day 10, Proverb 10 of our daily proverb reading. We are reading from the ESV translation, but you're more than welcome to join us from a different translation. As you can see, we are on Proverb 10. These videos are filmed in real time. Today's date's the 10th of April 25 and it's a Thursday. You can find the previous 9 proverbs in the playlist below. There is a disclaimer as usual, and that is one, these videos are unedited and also probably stumble my wording. Let's get started. The Proverb of Solomon. The Proverb of Solomon. A wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish son is sorrow to his mother. Treasure gained by wickedness do not profit, but righteousness delivers from death. The Lord does not let the righteous go hungry, but he thwarts the craving of the wicked. He slacks hand causes poverty, but the hand of the diligent rich. 4. A slack hand causes poverty, but the hand of a diligent makes rich. He who gathers in the summer is a prudent son, but he who sleeps in harvest is a son who brings shame. Blessings are on the head of the righteous, but the mouth of the wicked conceals violence. 7. The memory of righteous is a blessing, but the name of the wicked will rot. The wise whose heart will receive commandment, but babbling fools will come to ruin. Whoever walks into integrity walks securely, but he who makes his way crooked will be found out. 10. Whoever winks the eye causes trouble, and a babbling fool will come to ruin. The mouth of the righteous is a fountain of life, but the mouth of the wicked conceals violence. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all offences. On the lips of him who has understanding wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of him who lacks sense. 14. The wise lay up knowledge, but the mouth of a fool brings ruin near. A rich man's wealth is a strong city. The poverty of a poor is their ruin. The wage of the righteous leads to life. The gain of the wicked is to sin. Whoever heeds instruction is on the path to life, but he who rejects reproof leads others astray. The one who conceals hatred has lying lips, and whoever utters slander is a fool. When words are many transgressions is not lacking, but whoever restrains his lips is prudent. 20. The tongue of the righteous is a choice silver, the heart of the wicked is a little worth. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for lack of sense. The blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no soul with it. Doing wrong is like a joke to a fool, but wisdom is pleasure to a man of understanding. What the wicked dreads will come upon him, but the desire of the righteous will be granted. When the tempest passes, the wicked is no more, but the righteous is established forever. 26. Like vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so is the God to those who send him. The fear of the Lord prolongs life, but the years of the wicked will be short. The hope of the righteous brings joy, and the expectation of the wicked will perish. 29. The way of the Lord is stronghold to the blameless and destruction to evildoers. The righteous will never be removed, but wicked will not dwell in the land. The mouth of the righteous brings forth wisdom, but perverse tongue will be cut off. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked what is preserved. So that is 10 complete, and tomorrow we will be doing 11. So basically with Proverb 10, It was written during King Solomon's reign, 970 to 931 BC. And it basically talks about the contrast, the path of wisdom and righteousness with those folly and wickedness. So basically it means that, with this particular proverb, that you have two paths, and they are very, very much the good path, the bad path, basically. You have the path of wisdom and righteousness, and then you have the path of those who are like follies and wickedness. And it's basically suggesting that if you take the path of the folly and the wickedness, is going to lead to bad luck. Basically, it's not a good path to be on. But then obviously then if you take on the path of the wisdom and the righteous, you will obviously live the righteous life. You will have all the blessings that you desire, and you will then be happy in down that path. Basically, that's basically what I'm trying to imply. So that's basically what Proverbs 10 is talking about, is that there are those two different paths, and having those two different paths, it's very much trying to take you, help you to go down the correct path. Because obviously we want to go down the wisdom and the righteous path, not the path of the folly and the wickedness. And that path is not a very good path to go down. It's going to be very bumpy. But the thing is, though, here's the thing: all paths will lead us to God anyway, regardless of if you went down the folly and wickedness road or the path of the wisdom and righteous road. Regardless of which road you go down, you will eventually end up down the correct. You'll find your way regardless of which path you go down. Because if you think about it, though, just kind of slightly going off of it, but let's talk about it. There are those people who you hear on social media, those born again Christians. Now, they're basically, I don't really know how you can say born again Christians, but we can go down the born again Christian route. Be easier to say it. So, they have they've done all the wrong things you can possibly think of. They probably have done a lot of adultery. They've probably done drugs. They've probably committed a lot of crime. And yet they somehow found themselves converting to Christianity, or whichever religion you want to convert to, and they then decide that actually I don't like this path I've been living down. It's not a path I want to be on. I don't like it. It's very horrible, very uneasy. But they actually decide to follow that correct path. They decide, actually, I want to get onto the correct path. And they just have to make some changes. And once they've made those changes to their life, that then they find themselves again and find God again. Because, I won't say I'm a born again Christian, but I was a member of the Church of England Church for such a long time, and I'm not going to go into which church or anything, because I have to admit I don't quite like it. I don't like the church. It's not that I don't like the church. I do like the church. I just don't like the people in the church. I like this. The thing is, the church's teachings and the general teachings of the things are very much in line with my spiritual path. So this is the thing. So even though I'm a member of this particular church, I'm only a member of this particular church because it's only a church that actually somewhat, not fully, aligns with my spiritual beliefs. So that's why I joined this particular church. But besides the point, when I was in the Church of England church, I was a member of that church because my parents were Protestants. They were members of that church, and that's where they were, and their parents were, and so forth and so forth. It's just basically like that. It's one of them things that, your parents were Christians, got christened in a particular church. That means then you then get christened to that particular church, and then so forth and so forth, and until we decide actually I don't want to, and who knows where that goes. But basically, once I did drugs as such, I smoked cannabis. That's the only illegal substance I've ever done, and I didn't even do it for long. It didn't even make me feel, I didn't feel stoned either. I just don't know what I felt. I just did not feel stoned smoking cannabis. And I tried it, and I was just like, I don't know if it's just me or what, but I just did not get stoned from smoking cannabis. I did not actually feel anything from it at all. And I was just like, nah, don't like that. It hasn't done nothing for me. I mean, I had been, at the time I would drink as well, but none of it made me feel any better. I mean, I got drunk, but even then, when I was drunk, I wasn't even drunk. I mean, I've only ever got drunk, paralytic drunk, twice, but 3 times. I would say 3 times. Once when I was like 20 and I was working in a youth club type thing. Youth club, that sounds really bad. It was what's it called? Like an entertainment thing, and I got drunk once. I wasn't working the following day, thankfully. It was my day off, and I got drunk, and I was very, very paralytic, and I was very, very ill from it, and I was like, yeah, that's not a wise idea. And then another time from that, I actually ended up in a stag do. I went to a friend's stag do, and yeah, it was a stag do. I went to a friend's stag do, and I got very, very drunk. I mixed my drinks, which was not wise. I wouldn't recommend that at all. I wouldn't recommend drinking. But in all honesty, I do believe I was spiked as well, so that probably influenced that. And then after that, I decided the one night, about 2019 I think it was, I decided the one night I was going to get absolutely drunk on wine. I was just going to drink 2 bottles of wine within an hour. What do you expect? I got drunk. Not the wisest of ideas. And I think it was during COVID, I just decided enough was enough, and I wanted to get onto some kind of correct path, which I did. So I joined another church, and the people within the church aren't exactly my favourite people in the world. They're not horrible people either. They just don't align with my what I want to do with myself. They don't share the same spiritual beliefs fully, because, as I said, it's slightly in alignment. It's not fully in alignment because the teachings are there, but if you were to talk to these people about my spiritual beliefs, they'll think I'm on some kind of they think I'm on cannabis, if anything, because it can go quite deep. We won't go there because this is not the Bible study for that, and yeah, we won't go there. But I could then come onto the correct path to become on the path of the righteous. As I said, we just went on a right detour to it. So I have been on both paths too. Not that I was a prostitute or anything like that. That was not at all the case. I did not go out sleeping with other people. But I was very much like doing the wrong things and behaving the wrong way. Probably causing an argument with people, if anything. That's probably the only wicked thing I probably have done. I've never committed a crime. I've never ended up in prison for anything untoward. I was quite good on that one. But yeah, so that's what Proverbs 10 is basically talking about, is that you can actually have these two separate paths. There are these two separate paths. You can go down the righteous and the wisdom and gain wisdom and be righteous, basically, or go down the wickedness and the folly route. But when you're down the folly in the wicked route, you can't actually find your way back to the righteous and the wisdom. You can, and it has been known to happen. But yeah, so Proverbs 10 is basically talking about the two different paths. So I'll write in again a date. So it is, find my pen. There it is. I have so many pens on my bed. So on day 10, and it's the 10th of the 4th, 2, 5, and we're on a Thursday. So tomorrow we'll be doing Proverb 11. Thank you for watching. Please like my content. Please subscribe to my channel. Please turn on the notification bell so you don't get notified of content like this that gets uploaded to the channel. Thank you and goodbye.